This body of work is perhaps having to do with my fascination with past lives. I feel like I'm dipping in to a certain place and exploring it and coming back out, and the end result is the photo.
It's just a very high-stress job on set. If things are out of focus or if the film jams in the camera, there's a lot of problems. So I get really close to my camera team because of that sheer stress and those sheer hours of stress.
There are photographers out there that, unfortunately, they give photographers a bad name, whether they are scamming models or pretending to be something they're not.
The whole thing began with a top hat I found in the back of an antique shop that was not in the best of condition, but for some reason I had to have it. $65. I don't have a top hat. Doesn't everybody need one of these? Anyway, so that hung around for a while, and eventually I developed a character for the top hat, and I needed some means by which to make the shots look authentic, early 1900s, mid-1800s. So, of course, shooting through the window helped, and that's kind of where it started. And then, kind of like when you're writing a poem, you write a few lines, and then they help you take it to the bottom of the page and help guide the poem. It's the same idea. You get your main idea, and others shoot off of it. And eventually, I just picked it up and I headed over to this window over here, facing out onto the balcony, and it just fit perfectly. I thought I was going to have to come up with some clever means by which to keep it in place, and it just fits snug, so that was brilliant. Perhaps the window and the hat knew before I did what they were going to do for me. I'd have to say my work is leaning toward the classical. You know, I don't think this particular series is endeavoring to be a really contemporary venture. It's not modern, it's not plasticky, it's, you know, it's murky and black and white, and it's kind of old world to me. And as I went along, combining theater with photography was what started to happen. And out of it developed the character, the top hat character. Why? I don't know, but I suppose I have quite a fascination with turn-of-century characters and the poets that originated from that time, like Arthur Rimbaud, for example. That whole time era fascinates me. And now I'm just into it, and I don't quite know who he is, but I think he's among those characters you'll see in some bistro in Paris, probably having a bad habit of drinking too much absinthe or something like that, talking with the other artists and getting into the occasional brawl or something. I think anybody in photography has a bit of an obsession with windows, so I just started shooting through here and immediately went around to the other side and started catching my silhouettes with the top hat on. Not intending to look sinister, but you can't escape the, it's either Charles Dickens-esque character or straight out of, you know, Jack the Ripper, which was not the intention. So right now, this is Chancy at work, getting all the technical stuff down. You set the timer, you run around, and a character entitled The Stranger takes over, and that's how it goes. These pieces are all about telling a little mini story, all concentrated into an image. In order to succeed, have to draw people in certain levels, and the levels create the story. I'm not shooting a particular fascinating color in your face, I'm shooting a situation, a circumstance with characters. Perspective plays such a major part in what I'm doing. The impact of the visual photography is two-dimensional, and I'm really striving to create the impact of, say, a third dimension. It's all the art of illusion. I find working with myself a combination of things. I definitely lose my cool. I occasionally am concerned about the woman who lives upstairs because I tend to swear a lot when things go wrong and things fall over. A lot of the shooting process uses props. Things collapse on you just as you're ready to click the shot. I also enjoy it thoroughly. You get into a momentum, there's a current happening, there's a flow. I've always got music to accompany me, so I feel like it's dream work. I think reading somebody's poetry, hearing their music, is to spend some time visualizing what the words are saying and where they're taking you. And that in itself is the trip. That's the exchange between yourself and the artist's work. I spent a lot of time being alone through living in rural situations as a kid. And because of that, your imagination kicks in. And I had a romantic relationship with solitude, with the woods, an open meadow, anything like that. I pretty well romanticized every aspect of life. So the photos themselves are basically a celebration of the land and how I feel about it. It's like writing a poem, a love poem about somebody you're in love with. The photos are that for me. What I have here is a fraction of some of the props that have gone into taking my character elsewhere. He needed to get up from the bistro table. I wanted him out on the streets. He needed to get out from behind a window and not just be a silhouette. And I don't have access to old Paris or early London, and so I created, and this is where illusion comes in, through puppets. I got him out on the streets, walking around. I got him in a horse carriage and entering a bistro. I got him conversing with other people, and which, once again, without models, I have to be resourceful, so I drew and cut out the rest of where I needed him to go. I think inevitably where you've been, what you've done, what you've been working on, that's what's going to come out in your work. Hopefully, something is born of all that activity, and that's where this character comes from. Just all those things combined have given me the stranger character. This body of work, being entitled The Stranger, is perhaps having to do with my fascination with past lives. I feel like I'm dipping in to a certain place and exploring it, certainly enjoying it, and coming back out, and the end result is the photo. And if it's a decent photo, that's the reward for my very strange behavior. Oh, geez, I forgot the frosted glass. I'm gonna have to take care of that.
Go 16 base.
16 including the polo.
Actually 22 base.
22 including the polo.
Yeah, and you're just doing your shutter adjustment. Okay, there you go.
Thanks very much.
My responsibilities as a director of photography or sometimes cinematographer is to design the film visually with the cues of the director. Essentially, I will meet with a director and a production designer after having read the script, and will come up with ideas on mood and camera and blend the creative and the technical. A director might say to me, I want this scene to be moody. And then essentially I will interpret that and, based on what the scene is, come up with a rendition with the light and the lens choices and offer it to them.
It's all about finding a way home. We all want to go home. Cut!
These are the best lenses in the world. Very big. They restrict essentially where you shoot. I shot luck on this lens actually, but they're really beautiful. This is a Fraser lens system, which enables you to do these really amazing camera moves. And here it is. It looks like a bazooka, essentially. There it is. Just enables you to essentially pan and tilt the camera without actually moving the camera. There has to be attention put to design and how to make the images connect with an audience. And that's really important, and that's the kind of philosophy that I like to think I'm bringing to a project. There's different approaches. Sometimes directors expect a director of photography to come in and just be a technical person that will just execute. But I think any good director can use people like myself and a production designer and just let them give them their opinion, because that's what we do professionally. I also manage a crew of lighting and grip technicians that have their crew, and essentially I'm kind of the, I guess you would say, the general in an army. There's the admiral above me, which is essentially the director that filters his requests through me. My camera department consists of 4 people. Usually a focus puller, a second camera assistant, which loads all the magazines, and then they have a trainee position, and then there's video assist people that take care of the monitor that the director looks at. And we pretty much work very closely. I usually operate my own camera, but usually sometimes I will use a camera operator depending on the job. But that relationship is quite intense because it's a very highly technical position. But as well, you're expected to be creative within that.
And then we're going to ramp speeds on this from 40 to 24. So you should get the motor on.
A focus puller will make sure the actors are in focus, and it's all by eye and by measurements. They're not actually looking through the camera to focus a camera like people would do traditionally. So it's quite a skilled and zen job, which I quite admire. It's funny, when you start off, you have this intimidation factor, right? Where there's so much technology, there's so much to know, that you kind of get consumed by that, and the job becomes that. Technology's been evolving so fast, especially in the entertainment business. And I started like everyone else, or a lot of people of my generation, shooting black and white in film school, using the old Steenbecks, the double wind machines, the moviolas, and getting your fingers on the film, which was quite a religious experience for a lot of people. They actually, having had that ability, we were kind of the last generation to do that. It always boils down to aesthetics as opposed to just the technology. Design is design, no matter what it is. And technology, I think sometimes a lot of people think it's going to solve their creative problems.
Please don't move! Don't move!
It's really important for me to feel like things are always fresh. I have this fear of becoming a creature of habit doing this kind of work. I just kind of want to be inspired and want to be stimulated even when I'm 80. And that to me is the most important thing. If I can maintain that kind of thing throughout my whole career, I'd be extremely happy.
Cut!
Good, excellent. There we go. That's it. That's it. That's it. Nice. Excellent. I've been doing fitness photography for about 10, 11 years. I've always been interested in the fitness bodybuilding industry and been reading magazines since I was a teenager. So when I decided to do photography, it just made sense to me to get into the fitness bodybuilding field. Working in the fitness industry as a photographer was an adjustment for me because I was, as a child and a teenager, pretty quiet and shy. So it's quite a change for me to have to interact with them and make them feel comfortable at the same time as I'm trying to feel comfortable. It definitely was a big undertaking for me to adjust to that and to open up a little more and work on myself and my personality in the industry. I definitely try and use my sense of humor, and sometimes, it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Oh, she's back in the picture again.
He's such a prankster, not being too serious about things because it's supposed to be fun. So if they act like it's going to be fun, the models usually follow along because it can be somewhat intimidating as well. It's kind of scary. You're not wearing much, and to me, that helps a lot. Breaking the ice is more of just making the person comfortable by laughter. Open my eyes.
Excellent. I choose my models by an overall look for the fitness field, which includes muscularity, leanness of the body, if they're in close to competition shape or off-season shape. Overall look including facial, style of hair, just an overall look that will be perfect for what the clients are looking for magazines and workout spreads. I am able to work with a lot of models from all over the world. As a professional photographer, I really work with a lot of levels of models, right from amateur new models to professional high-end level models. There we go. Nice. It's great when I get to work with professional level models who can pretty much pose on their own and facial expressions, the whole bit. And they have a great fitness level beyond what an amateur model would have. Nice. A lot of people think that a lot of what I do is the bikini, sexy bikini on the beach style photography with fitness, but fitness also expands into workout spreads, ads for major companies with clothing wear, catalog, product shots. The model could be displaying the product. There's endless possibilities in the fitness industry. Yeah, that's good. Awesome. That's it. Nice. Love it. To me, fitness photography is more of a technical kind of photography. It's not really looked at as an artistic photography. Fitness, I find, is more like a job where you shoot what the client is looking for, what they're looking for in their catalog, and the style they're looking for. Takes a long time.
How many suits do you have?
A million.
Wow, we got more clothing on this one.
Typically, a photo shoot happens, and then I take it into Photoshop, do any small adjustments to a photo, like blemishes, that kind of thing. And once I've done that, I organize, sort the photos, throw them on a disc, send them to the magazine. They go through them, choose what they like, and it could be anywhere from a month or two to a year till you see them in the magazine. Oh yeah, I love it. Excellent. Good. To me, what makes a good fitness photo is an overall look, right from the talent of the photographer, all the skills the photographer has, the styling in it, whether it's clothing, what kind of style of clothing they're looking at, props in the photos. You may be using dumbbells or a workout ball, any of those kind of things. And including the model. The model's got to have the skills, and all of it adds up together to make an amazing photo, and that's what is going to sell to the client. Okay, looks awesome. Good. There goes the sun again. Nice. Looks good. The reaction to my work is always really positive. People seem to look at it and think that the quality is really high and consistent I always try and keep the results consistent of what I see in ads and magazines to try and keep current to what the client is looking for. Yeah, Mick, you're doing really well, so have confidence what you're doing. There's no problem there, that's for sure.
This is my first time shooting with Scott. I met him for the first time this morning and felt comfortable with him right away. He's a friendly guy, very easy to work with, knows what he wants, lets you know it. And we've had a good experience this morning.
That's it. Good, right there.
Nice.
You can pull the strings on your waist over. Just keep them off the side. That's it. Oh, losing the weight. Nice. How I try and keep the shoots respectable, especially considering we are shooting skimpy bikinis, is try not to go over a line. A lot of fitness people are doing this on the side and they have respectable jobs, so you want to try and keep it tasteful, and I like to keep it tasteful for what I do. And it also, I think, keeps a respect with the models, knowing that I am shooting sexy, but it's not going over that line and going closer to an edge of something adult related, adult X-rated, that kind of thing. I don't, the way the cloud's moving. Maybe. Nice. That's it, good. Beautiful. Advice I would give to somebody trying to get into fitness photography is really just go to fitness competitions, meet people, talk with them, talk about what you want to do to make the person understand that, you know, you're legitimate and sincere in what your interests are. And look at magazines, look at what they're doing, shoot something similar to that but in your own style, and just submit to those magazines, interact with the magazines, try and get your work published, and once you do, it pretty much is easy from there. Beautiful, love it. That's it right there. Good. This is really one of the best jobs around. Like, it's good because you can travel around and go to different locations that you wouldn't necessarily go to, meet a lot of different people. It's amazing the amount of people in this industry and in fitness. They're just amazing people to talk to and to work with.